Testing testicles. I think that's the Gary's line also. Good evening. Make sure this, can you see me, everything? Well, good. Listen, I know that you're wondering, what kind of a magician can a burlesque performer be? Well, frankly, and more importantly, I'm wondering what kind of an audience you guys can be, so we're going to find out the answers to these things together. We'll start where I started. When I was about 3 years old, I got a magic set for Christmas. So I made myself a pretty decorated magic box, because everybody should have a fancy magic box. And my parents had invited, I guess, 10 or 12 people down to our basement. They were sitting there on those little folding chairs, eating those little triangle sandwiches, sipping Dr. Pepper, munching on Fritos. This was the very first trick in my very first show. The cards were big, my hands were small. I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and I threw 1 card away. And unbelievably, I still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards left. Now the audience were so absolutely astounded at my abilities that they pumped their fists in the air and yelled out in unison, "Yay, Dusty!" Yay, Dusty! Okay, well, you don't quite have it yet, but, I'm a fair person, so I'm going to give you another try. Hope you can hear me all right. When I was 10 years old, I did my magic show in my parents' living room. Oh yeah, they had invited 40 or 50 people. They were sitting on those little folding stools, eating triangle sandwiches, sipping Dr. Pepper, munching on Fritos, and this was the first trick of the show. I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and I threw away not just 1, but 2 cards. And unbelievably, I still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards left. The audience was so amazed at my unbelievable abilities that they pumped their fist in the air and yelled out in unison, "Yay, Dusty!" Yay, Dusty! Obviously, we're going to have to work on the goddamn unison thing. And you people there in the back, you don't have your hands up. I see who you are. Yeah, there's going to be questions later. Really. But I'm a fair person, and so I'm going to give you one final try. When I was about 21, I did my magic show for my parents' barbecue, No, let me be really honest with you. I did my magic show at the Follies Burlesque Theater in New York City. Oh, yeah, there were 800 or 900 people there at the bar. They were sipping champagne. They were shooting shots of Cuervo Gold and smoking those old stogies. The owner came up to me and said, "Hey, Dusty, I want you to go up there and show them what you got." So, I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, and I threw away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. And unbelievably, I still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards left. The audience was absolutely amazed, and they pumped their fists together, up in the air. Yay, Dusty! And this, my friends, is how a burlesque entertainer performs magic. Let me see now, can you hear me? Really?
Who is next? Me? And give me
I'm supposed to give just a second for Georgette to get everything set up, but while I do, I want to commend Gary Darwin and let you know that I've known Gary, well, I'm only 39, but I've known him for quite a few years, and he's the one you always go to when you have a question about magic. You remember the old shadow trick that David Copperfield did on television many, many years ago, back when he was 7 or 8 years old? I wanted to do that at the Maxim Hotel, and I came and I asked Gary about that, I thought it was a brand new trick. And he said, "Hell no, I got plans for that. That was back in the 1800s. And sure enough, he produced the plans, and we proceeded to do it at the Maxim Hotel. Believe me, if I can steal it, I will steal it, and it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, or what the hell you think about people who do that shit. I am good at doing that shit. So let us see now. Georgette Dante. I've known Georgette forever. She's worked for me, worked with me from one end of the country to the other. I'm thinking she's almost ready. She's got all kinds of talent. She's a show promoter, magician, strong woman. She can lift 300 or 400 pounds. One guy here, twirl them around the shoulders, do a back bend, hold one up there, you know, so they don't fall off of her. Oh, it's just amazing. She was in a few movies. She's got one called the, oh, I don't remember what the name of the movie was, as a matter of fact, but The Mafia and the Stripper. Bang Bang the Mafia Gang. I don't know. Anyway, she also fights alligators, and she was once buried underground for a whole week with 102 rattlesnakes to promote boxing and wrestling. Hell, she could have been married as many times as me if she'd have put a little more effort into it. If you will. I would like you to get together and give her a big round of applause. She's an MC, comedian, show promoter, hypnotist, and a fun magician. My friend, Georgette Dante.